I'm Dr. Mike Mitchell, and I'm the choir director. It's nice to meet you.
And I'm John Paul White. I'm coordinator of the vocal program. I was supposed to introduce Dr. Mitchell, so let me just say that the only introduction he really needs is that he is one of the most passionate people that you will ever meet, and a person that cares so much about you, not only as a student, but as a singer.
I'm Deborah Vanderlyn, and I'm chair of the music department. So I just wanted to say hi, and y'all are in good hands.
Let me introduce Dr. Boover, who is one of our wonderful voice teachers who also teaches singers diction. And she is as well known, I probably shouldn't say this, but she is as well known for her winning personality as she is for her great voice teaching. Her students just love her. So welcome to our 2020 audition day. And I love the title of it, which is to give you 2020 vision for how to do your audition.
What we want to talk to you about are four basic issues. So Mike, you can advance through those four points. First is, what should I sing? So what repertoire should you offer in your audition? The second is, how should you go about recording? So at this point, we're not able to meet in person. If that continues, then we'll have to hold all of our auditions online. And in that case, we're giving you some guidelines on how to record and present. And we're going to talk briefly about some techniques and strategies that you can use to build confidence as a performer. And then we want to tell you why OU is fantastic. We have many thoughts on that front. So I'll let JP take the next section.
Yes, so presenting two songs is what we ask for in contrasting style. And they should demonstrate a range of emotional and musical styles. They should be memorized and sung with piano accompaniment. In a typical audition session, we would provide you with a live pianist. But if restrictions on gathering and singing in person are in place, you will submit a video and you can use an accompaniment track for that. You can often find a karaoke type track on YouTube, and that's perfectly acceptable. And then there's a really wonderful new app called App Accompanist, which is an app for piano accompaniments, and you will find both musical theater and classical repertoire on there. It's not the real deal, but it's about the closest thing to it. So you can adjust the tempo, you can change the key, you can be musical in the moment by putting in rallentandos and accelerandos, and you can make your own version, custom version of the song as well. There's a free trial period for 30 days. Otherwise, it's a monthly subscription from $3 a month for 6 songs to $15 a month for their full library. And they have a large selection. The songs that you will choose, classical song literature and folk song arrangements, such as those listed in the MSVMA solo and ensemble list, and also those listed in the NATS, National Association of Teachers of Singing, high school audition requirements, would be considered appropriate for an audition for us. Be sure that at least one of your pieces is classical in nature. Our Bachelor of Music degree is broadly focused on music from about 1750 to the present. And here you will learn to sing in at least 4 different languages. Now, foreign language songs are appropriate for an audition, but not required. A musical theater selection could also be substituted for one of the above if it's a strong suit for you. Let me just throw in also about repertoire that there are no extra points given for difficulty, and we would far rather hear you sing something that is well within your comfort zone than something that you think, well, I'll impress them by doing this really difficult piece.
I'll talk about what to wear. Really, you want to just wear something that helps you feel confident and which signals to your listeners that you have respect for the occasion and that you intend to work to become a professional. You know, one of the great things about learning and teaching right now is that we're able to reach you where you are, literally. But that sometimes means that we can reach you early in the morning when you're enjoying your breakfast and things like that. So we just want you to indicate that that again, this is an audition. Wear something that you'd wear in person so that we can see that this is a momentous event for you and that you intend to become a professional in the field. Now, how to record an audition. Use whatever you have to create the best recording setup possible. So what you need to have to do this, most phones or computers will work. If you have a second device or a Bluetooth speaker so that you can play your accompaniment, that's ideal. And then you want to try to optimize yourself for lighting to be sure that any light sources in the room are in front of you and not behind you. To give you an example, so here's a light in front of my face, and it's not perfect, but it's what I have. Usually there's a window on this side that evens out the lighting. So if I were preparing something professionally, I would do it at a time of day where I had more light in this room. But for our purposes right now, I have this little ring light. I think I got it for maybe $20 on Amazon, but you don't have to have one. But if I put it behind me, then you see it becomes a different scenario, like you lose this eye. So my communicative tools of my face primarily are not there, as opposed to having a light here at the side. But you can do this with the available lighting there in your house too. And you want to try to be in a room that isn't distracting. So many people do their recordings in their living rooms where it's kind of neutral and it doesn't have any posters of bands you enjoyed growing up or things like that. That would just distract us from what you are doing. Here are a list of things that are nice to have, but are not necessary. We don't expect you to have a full at-home recording setup, not at all. Things that are nice though, if you have them, are a microphone. Some people use a backdrop, which could be as simple as a sheet hung up on your wall. If you have a webcam or a USB camera, that can be helpful too. And again, external lighting like this ring light, if that's something that you want to invest in, it's not a bad time to have it when you're recording your audition for college. But again, not necessary because, next slide, we're not interested in your gear. But if you are a techie person, here's an example of a setup for a singer that would be considered kind of over and above. You see it has a mountable USB webcam, a ring light, lens at eye level. That's something that you can do. You can set the lens at your eye level so that we can see your face and we can see how you communicate with us. A Bluetooth or wired speaker, a USB mic, and a plain wall behind you. That again is the optimal, not mandatory setup, but to help you see what that looks like. But we are not interested in your gear. So let's advance through this whole slide. You have 3 responsibilities at an audition. Convey a solid and dependable vocal technique, as solid and dependable as possible for you. Communicate your dramatic intentions clearly and appear confident, pleasant to work with, and reliable. That's all we're looking for.